What's going on, everybody? It's Dot Bets checking back in. We got Azim Rakes with us once again. If you guys have tuned in to the channel before and you guys are tuning back in, we appreciate you. We deep dive into every single game that is on Sunday, also on Sunday night, and then Monday as well. Azim, how are we feeling?
Feeling good. This NFL season's been really good for me. So I'm excited to see how this keeps moving forward. As you know, I was misreading a couple of my trends a while ago, and we fixed those trends to make them more accurate and even more profitable. And the ones I was misreading, I got rid of them. So I've been doing a lot of work this week on my trends and kind of polishing them up.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So I'm excited to see what I'm looking at, as you might be able to tell.
Yeah.
I'll share all my plays with you after the stream, and you'll notice that I have a significantly less amount of plays.
Yeah.
But each play is even stronger now, right? So
yeah, we won the Who's That Capper tournament that you probably have never heard of because it has not been tweeted out yet. We are going to get with our good buddy Source podcast. He's going to get that out there, but we did in fact when we won soundly. Me and Azim on these streams, we deep dive and we do a very, very good job of just, I think, clarifying things in our heads with each other, bouncing it back and forth. And, anybody who's got questions throughout, let us know. We do have some comments here. So Nikki Lasers, just a heads up, if you still work with Buddy Bets, he recently ripped off some bookies, some good money, be careful. Me and Azim, we've addressed this on multiple occasions. With our tweets, we were in group chats, everything with Buddy, and we have no more ties with him. I was in the Discord with him. I left because shit got sketch. Guys,
super scum.
Pretty much scum to me right now. So I haven't talked to him since, and I've reached out to a lot of people in his Discord, and they've transitioned to my VIP for free. So anybody who's watched this, who's in Buddy's Discord still, let me know. You guys can get into mine VIP for free. I think Azim was offering his up as well.
Yep. Same here.
Yeah, we don't fuck with those kind of people.
Dude owes me $500.
Yeah, and we didn't say that either. Yeah, so he does owe Azim some money too. So we know. We know a thing or two about Buddy, and it sucked that it kind of came to that, and he ripped books off. That's the craziest shit. So it's not. I mean, I feel like
ballsy.
It's incredibly ballsy to do that. So, but no, we've distanced ourselves from Buddy, and if you've been around me and Azim, we're legit. We win with y'all, we lose with y'all, and it's our hard-earned money that we're throwing together too. So, CM02, what's up, man? Thanks for checking out the stream. We got Wheezy back in the chat. He says, "You Cowboys haters been quiet lately." Oh shit!
Talking to me, huh? Hey, I'm not hating on the Cowboys. I'm just speaking facts. They look good. They look good right now, and I've respected them. I've actually played them every week. If you've tuned in, you've known that I've played them every week. So they've been a good cash cow for me. But as far as Super Bowls and all that go, I'm just being honest, man. Don't get your hopes up too much. You might regret it later on.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Keep those comments coming. Appreciate you guys. If any questions, anything like that, props, let us know. We're just gonna.
Were you even born in 92, 93, and 95? Were you even born then?
Oh
man?
Shit. All right. So we'll deep dive into our first matchup here. Bengals at the Ravens. I think this is going to be a tighter game than this 6.5 spread. But the angle that I like in this position, I'm on the under in this one. CM says no NBA action. Hey, CM, go follow Wager Rakes on Twitter. We just gave out 3 plays. So me, Source, and Azim will be giving out 3 plays every single day. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And I'm gonna put his logo on the stream as well. So we'll get some exposure that way. But no, it's what is it? It's I'm on the Pacers. Yeah, but I'm on the Pacers. What are you on? You're on the Nets.
I have the Nets -2, Pacers -1, Celtics -6.5.
Yep. So that's what we're on tonight for NBA action. But no, Bengals, Ravens. I'm on the under here. What do you think about this game, Azim?
It's an interesting one because the line I was expecting to be a little bit more lopsided. Now, I do believe the line is perfectly set. I was just expecting it to be more lopsided, and in that, you could find a play on the Bengals. But this line to me right now is perfectly set. The Bengals are starting to look better and better every day. And I mean, they're really coming together as a team. That's the least I can say. Um, I also don't like the total here, but if I had to play a side, I would actually play the Bengals plus 6.5. And that's mainly because, I'm just looking at my numbers over here, and that's mainly because, like I said, the Bengals are looking better and better each week. This line is 6.5 for a reason, and not the full 7. It's because 7 would give them too much value. 6.5 is essentially saying the Ravens might win by 7. 6 is also a key number in that same area. So it's really, Vegas is trying to make this a 50-50 game. But in my opinion, the Bengals are very likely to be able to win this game. If the Ravens come back out and misperform as they have been known to do in a couple of games this season already, I think the Bengals can pull away with this.
Yeah.
I mean, it's only going to take one, pass from Burrow to Chase, and the game's blown wide open for the Bengals. So if I had to take something, it'd be the plus 6.5, just because I kind of like the value of the Bengals being able to win here.
Oh yeah, I definitely like that angle as well. I think the Bengals team got a little bit of jolt of confidence when they went and competed with the Packers. Should have won.
Right.
I think that helped them tremendously. Obviously, they had the bye week against the Detroit Lions last week, so got a nice little tune-up to look forward to this game. Obviously, a big rivalry game here, but I like the under just because I think that both of these teams play pretty slow. There are the big plays.
That's true.
They do have the big plays potential with Chase and Marquise Brown, but I think philosophically, these two teams want to play definitely slow, and Ravens want to run the football, and the Bengals want to get Mixon involved early and often. They want to feed off of that play action deep ball. Both of them want to do the exact same thing. So I like the under here for sure. But I do like your angle of the Bengals for sure.
I think with the deep action play, play action deep ball, I like that. But I think Marquise Brown and them could be covered to a degree. I think Lamar is going to find a lot of open gaps in this game. I think the Bengals front seven will not be able to contain Lamar, and so I think the big plays are actually going to come from Lamar in this game. But that would, again, going back to your point, slow down the game, because instead of getting, 50 or 60 yards through the air, he's getting 20 or 30 yards on the ground. But, I mean, whatever Lamar's rush prop is, I think that might be a really good look.
It's got to be in the 50s. It's 60.5.
Yeah, like I said, I mean, that's a high number, but I definitely think he's going to get a few of those. It's probably one of his highest this season.
Yeah, especially with no Murray. Murray's out.
Yeah.
Sammy Watkins is out in this game. Definitely lean Bengals and the under.
Wow, he has more than Joe Mixon?
Yeah. Oh, more than Joe Mixon. I like
what
59.5 for Joe Mixon. I feel like that's pretty damn low too. Wow.
That's super low.
He's been averaging close to probably 70 or 80.
Is he hurt or something?
We're not really. He's good. He was bad last week, but he was all good. Not even bad last week, but he was just bouncing back. It was probably 2 weeks ago that he actually was truly hurt. CM says, okay, I'm on my boy Duarte over 14.5 points. He balled out. I like him a lot. I could see that hitting. Wheezy, I'm more accurate than Lamar. And then the Cowboys won't lose this week. Of course you're saying that.
Wait, who are the Cowboys playing again? I forgot. Hold up.
They're on a bye.
No, wait, obviously they're in a bye now.
They're on a bye. Son of a bitch. Next one.
So I couldn't figure out who they were playing.
We got the football team versus the Green Bay Packers. Line currently sits at -8. If you are relevant with sports betting and you follow Action Network, they actually have a very, very good trend out this week. Anybody who is 5-1 against the spread literally sucks against the spread the following week. So this would be that week in week 7, and I want to say it was in like the 30 or 40 percentile where they would not cover. So they were talking about this game being the football team to cover. And it was just strictly based off of that trend. I don't know if you've seen that, Azim, but I don't know if I could back this football team against the Packers.
I don't like it. So one thing about those trends is I actually have a friend who used to write trends for Action Network, and he said their system, like their um, system to write trends for, like within, was so screwed up that the trends were actually reprinting um, fake like fake information, false information. So it didn't even
Oh,
matter.
jeez.
And so I don't know if they fixed that sense because he told me this a while back, and I would assume that they fixed that sense.
Would
So
hope
these
so.
trends should then be more accurate. But if in the case they didn't, then I don't know.
Yeah.
But I don't think it's. I mean, we discussed this last week, right? The football team is not the same defense. They don't have the identity anymore. They're just not performing to the level everybody expected they would. And, I mean, nothing's changed on the team except for the fact that people are now breaking down their defense and they understand how they're going to be playing. And so they go in more, better prepped. Um, I don't know if I can back the football team here. If I had to take a spread, I think I'd have to take the Packers.
Yeah. I think this
I
is
wouldn't take it, though.
no.
And I'm not taking
I'm
it.
gonna. I'm thinking this is gonna be a teaser for me. Probably 6.5. Uh, I just like the fact that if that trend is true, you can kind of bypass that. I know you're probably not a fan of teasers or whatnot, but I'm probably gonna put them in one of my
I would like a Packers teaser
yeah
here.
two or three team. Probably gonna end up being a two teamer like I did last week. I was on the Bucks and
Right.
the Chiefs. Made them pretty much just to pick them, but I like the Packers here to be teased down anywhere less than a field goal. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I entirely agree with your thought process
Yeah,
here.
just
There's no doubt the Packers are winning this game.
yeah,
It's just that -8 is a concerning number. Um, you lose a lot of value in that -8.
they're
I entirely agree with where you're coming from. You tease this game. This is definitely one of those tease games
yep. And
this week.
there's a lot of questions on the football team. I know Gibson's going to try to play, but I don't know how healthy he's going to be. And then you have Scary Terry, who's out, not out, but he's laboring with an injury as
Right.
well. Logan Thomas is still out. Ricky Seals Jones has been pretty damn good, but it's just a lot of moving pieces for this football team. And the Packers, since that 0-1 start against the Saints, have pretty much covered in every single game since, and I like him again this week for sure.
Right.
Weezy says Scary Terry gonna mow. If he's out there and healthy, I mean he definitely can against that secondary. Strahan said a crazy stat on the pregame show yesterday about the Packers defense. They've had 15 red zone. I guess offense got in the red zone 15 times on them. They scored every single time. That's when but they're still like a top 10 defense. It's just once they get
Right.
into the red zone, they give it up every single time. So maybe the over is a nice little jolt there at 47.5, but I'm going to roll with the Packers.
I'm gonna look up that.
Yeah, look at that trend up. We got Falcons at Dolphins. So this one is like I want to say a sneaky DFS stack because there's a lot of nice pieces in this one. With Devontae Parker, he's supposed to be back. You can run it back with Tua, Parker, and Waddle, or Tua, Parker, and Gesicki. Then you have Ridley coming on the way back for the Falcons, or you come back with Parker or Gesicki from on the Dolphins, or against in this game where it's over 48.5 total. The spread is close. I think this can be somewhat of a shootout. I honestly don't understand how the Falcons are favored. I don't know how they could be favored ever on the road. They're just not a good road team. Maybe this is a testament to maybe Dolphins losing to Jacksonville. Maybe you're getting a better line here. But I favor the Dolphins. It's a sad.
Sorry about the knuckle POV. Was typing away. So going back to that Packers game real quick, it's a 47%. So yeah, like I said, the Action Network trend couldn't have been right if they were saying 30% return on investment. So it's 47% if you've won, if you miscovered the first one, didn't cover the first one, and then covered the next five. Um, Going to this Falcons Dolphins game. I don't have anything on it per se, but I actually like the Falcons. I do. I like the Falcons in this situation. I think the Dolphins are a young team. Calvin Ridley's coming back for the Falcons, and I think that's going to be that's going to be a key piece for Matt Ryan. And honestly, um, the Dolphins just have so many like new pieces that I feel like they're barely a team. And then even with Tua just coming back now, I took the Dolphins, I believe, last week. No, I didn't. I took the Jags.
Yeah.
I mean the Jets.
You
Um,
no, you're on the Jags.
I mean Jags.
Yeah.
Yeah, I took the Jags last week. The Jets before that. But I took the Jags last week. Regretted it entirely because they looked decent. But I do think the Falcons um, have an ability here that we're just. They started off slow, but that doesn't mean Ridley's not going to get back, into the game. I do believe that Matt Ryan still has certain abilities. I don't think he's like some, MVP quarterback that he used to be, but I don't think he's like one of those crap quarterbacks in the league either.
Right.
Like I think he could get stuff done. I don't think he is what he used to be once, but I don't think he's like Big Ben in the sense that like he's entirely, you know, washed up.
I can see that. I can see it. I was stunned to see the Dolphins or not favored in this game, just because the Falcons have just been so bad on the road in recent years.
Right.
But yeah, as Weezy says, Miami's tanking already. You could definitely see that, especially with the Tua rumors that got swirled around this week, and they quickly got diminished. But yeah,
Wait, what were the rumors?
oh, you didn't
I didn't
hear those? Oh man, they were talking about the 3-team trade, Washington, the Texans, and the Dolphins. Tua would have went to Washington, Texans, or Watson would have went to the Texans. A plethora of other stuff happened, but it was a whirlwind on Twitter for a little bit.
Watson would have. You mean Watson would have gone to Miami?
Yeah, Watson would have went to Miami. Sorry. Yep. So yeah, didn't happen, but definitely some trade rumors that swirled up. So we'll see. Probably won't have an official play in that game. I think it's just a true toss.
Yeah.
True toss up for sure. Next one, I'll give out an official play on this game. I like the Patriots -7. Call me boring. I like to win bets, and I think this is a good one to fade the Jets. They've already beat the shit out of them this year one time, and now they're at home going against Zach Wilson again. Bill Belichick once again owns rookie quarterbacks. Does not matter if he plays one himself. But I think the Patriots defense comes back to life and gets back on track and maybe scores a touchdown in this game.
Entirely agree with you here. As far as the Jets go, I think there's a lot of recency bias because they won against the Titans and then they've had a close game. They had a close game last week. Nevertheless, I don't think. I mean, the Jets are still the Jets. Zach Wilson is, coming around to a degree, and I hope that that sustains because I really do like him as a quarterback, as a young quarterback. But I mean, he's not primed or ready to play in Foxborough against Bill Belichick, who constantly has proven his worth against rookie quarterbacks. Give me the -7 here. I think this is like a double-digit win.
Yeah, and to be a little bit more safe, this could be teased here as well. You could put them with the Packers here. Get a nice little pick 'em pretty much if you want to go 6.5-point teaser with the Packers and the Patriots. Not a bad idea here. I'm gonna actually I might even do bull, but I like the Patriots -7 for sure. That'll be a play.
Yeah. I don't have an official play on this, but if I did, that would be it.
Panthers Giants, another somewhat toss-up game. The Giants are dealing with a buttload of injuries. Barkley is out once again. Kadarius Toney is out. Galladay is trending towards not playing. Slayton's questionable. Sterling Shepard's questionable, but Sterling is going to play, I think.
Yeah, I believe so.
And then on the Panther side, no CMC, so it's going to be Chuba Hubbard once again with Darnold, Moore, and Anderson. So I favor the Panthers here. I think the Giants have been trash at home in their in recent years. For whatever reason, they just cannot win there. And this is a low
Mhm.
total, and I'll take the better defense with the Panthers. Slightly better offense. So give me some Panthers -2.5 win by field goal.
Yeah, so for me, I would go as well with the Panthers, mainly because I still like, even though with C-Mac out, Chuba Hubbard is still a quality running back. Um, I think he's going to be able to carry this team, or not carry them like C-Mac, but I mean, it's the Giants after all. They're not that great.
Right.
Daniel Jones is still, I mean, he got messed up last game. He got messed up the game before that. A lot of questions about him just playing through all of it. Yeah, at -3, I don't know what I do. At -3, I might just kind of stay away.
Yep.
But at definitely -2.5 and -2, I would be playing the Panthers, and I think it might get to -2 at some point.
I think they're.
But at the same time, it could get to -3, and I would just buy the -2.5, just not to be greedy, you know.
Yeah, and there's. Oh, I was gonna say there's many player props. Devontae Booker, his receiving yards. If it's not up here. I was gonna look into that. He gets some run out of the backfield catching balls. So I want to see if that ends up popping up by Sunday. I'll probably be on that over. He's out 43.5 for the rushing. I don't want to take that. I think they might do a little bit of more screen plays. And they don't have anything for the Giants receiving because they don't know who the hell's playing. So that makes more sense.
Right.
Because I was going to take Sterling Shepard's receptions as well. So those are
Right.
two guys that I'm looking at on the Giants side. As soon as they pop up, I'll let you guys know. So the next one, probably the game of the week, game of DFS week. If you're not stacking this game, you're probably going to be sitting on the sidelines, not cashing.
Yeah.
We got the Chiefs and the Titans with an over/under of 57.5. I think it was started at 58, if I'm correct, and it went down a half a point. But this line is moving towards the Titans. And Azim, who do you like in this game?
Yeah, I like the Titans here. My best trend is on the Titans. It's a quality play here. Oh, let's go, Weezy. We can finally agree on something.
Hey, there we go.
Yeah, I'm taking the Titans here. This 4.5 is a key number because you can win by 3, but you can also win by 4, right? A touchdown and then a field goal from the Titans that puts it at 4 for the Chiefs. As long as it's at 4.5, I would be taking the Titans at 4. I would also be taking Titans. Anything less, I'd be a little bit more concerned. But yeah, I mean, I think Derrick Henry is going to slow down the pace of this game and it's going to keep the score fairly close to each other. I think Derrick Henry has shown and proven that he can be the guy to score on every possession. And it's worked out for them. And I think the Chiefs can't really stop that run defense. I mean the run. So I don't think the Titans are going to be sitting there stopping the Chiefs' passing ability either.
Right.
I just don't think. I think it's going to be a score and a score and a score and a score kind of game, back to back to back.
Yep.
But I think the Titans will keep it close, and I think it'll be decided by a field goal. I think the Titans could win this game outright. The Chiefs are very predictable, have been for the last 2 years, and that's why even at the beginning of the season last year, I said that they weren't going to win the Super Bowl. Now they got to it, but I mean, they're so predictable that you're able to break them apart. They continuously pass to Tyreek Hill and Kelsey, and eventually that goes down the drain. And I think the Titans will be able to stop it to some degree. I don't think they're going to stop the points from getting on the board, but I think they'll be able to stop it to some degree,
Right.
which will allow them to stay in the game.
And Tyreek has had I think it's a quad issue that's took him out of practice. Yeah, I don't think he's practiced yet all week. I know he's probably going to still play. Kelsey was a little banged up last week. He's still a full go. But I just see this game being last person to have the football win the game. However, the Chiefs' defense did look better last week against the football team. That
Right.
might have to be said because they were playing Taylor Heineke. But Ryan Tannehill hasn't had to do much this year. I think they've only had 6 passing touchdowns and they have 12 rushing touchdowns. So it's been the Derrick Henry show there. Can the Chiefs sell out and stop Derrick Henry and let Ryan Tannehill beat them? We'll see how that goes. But for whatever reason, I want to say take the under in this game. For whatever stupid reason. Maybe it's because I just think the Titans can control the game a little bit more
Yeah,
and then extend drives and keep the Chiefs off the field so it's not so much back and forth. Um, but you guys saw Josh Allen throw against this Titans defense. And this Titans
right.
defense is horrific. They have a couple cornerbacks and safeties that are out as well. I mean, Patty Mahomes could have a game. I think this is a true toss-up, and could be closer. So I would lean the 4.5 here, just because it could potentially be won by a field goal. Whoever's got the ball last.
Right.
So I like that.
And yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
I like that
if somebody has the ball last, then it could just essentially be a field goal situation, or it could have been a field goal on one way, and then the other team's driving back down the field to score a touchdown, and now it finishes at 4. So that 4.5 is beautiful. I'm looking at the last 24 and the hour movement in the last 24, and it was at about +5 for about like 10 of those hours. Um, so I might wait for it to get back to +5 and be a little greedy, because it was only at +4 for like an hour
Right.
versus the +5 for 10 hours. So I expect it to get back to +5 before it gets down back to +4. So I'm gonna wait it out and hope for that +5.
Yeah.
But if it as soon as one book moves it to +4, I'm jumping on the +4.5.
Yeah. And think about it.
Somewhat.
Think about it like this. So the Chiefs lost at home to the Bills. The Titans beat the Bills at home, and now the Chiefs are 4.5-point favorites against
Right.
the team that they just beat the Bills, but the Bills beat the shit out of the Chiefs. Doesn't make any sense.
Right.
Like, does not make sense whatsoever. But that's why Vegas is the way they are, and they love to absolutely mind fuck you. So this is a mind fuck for me.
Right.
Just truly, at first look, you're probably like, okay, Chiefs -4.5. When you dig deeper, I would tend to lean with the Titans.
Right. Wheezy, my bad. I just actually noticed that because I was about to go lock in the 4.5 myself just now,
So why didn't
and then
you
I
say-
just noticed it.
Oh shit!
I wish I saw that earlier.
Oh shit!
Because like on Action Network, it's showing the opening line 4.5, and then the line right now is 4.5. So I figured it just opened at that and never moved.
Yeah.
But I guess something in me like just decided let's look at the line movement, and I looked at it, and it showed the reality of the situation. My bad, Weezy.
We got the Lions at the Rams. We got Goff's homecoming with Sean McVay. It's a 16-point spread. Am I crazy?
You know
But am I crazy to even like consider the Lions +16? I feel like I'm not crazy because that's a stupid high number. But you're gonna tell me to take the Rams, so tell me to take the Rams.
Yeah, I'm on the Rams here. This is gonna be a great game. I mean, I don't know what you want me to tell you. I like the Rams here. I like the Rams here.
Just tell me the Lions
they
suck.
looked phenomenally great against the Giants last week, and it was kind of the same situation. Whereas, do you want to take that big spread? I think it was -7.5.
Yep.
I mean -8.5, which was still pretty big. But the Giants, in my opinion, are much better than the Lions, and they flat out made the Giants look like nothing. So I don't expect anything different from the Lions, and I know it's going to be a fairly emotional game, and those games are the ones that they don't slow down in. So I don't see the Rams slowing down in this game. I also don't see the Lions slowing down in this game. But think of it this way: the Lions' top speed is about the Rams driving like at 40.
Yeah.
The Rams are supposed to just run through the Lions here, and I think they will.
Yeah,
I don't mind this number at all.
And we gave out some breaking news last week on air when we said it's 7.5 on FanDuel. Go get it right now. For whatever reason, it ended at 7.5 on DraftKings. So, I mean, we beat it there, but obviously you didn't need it.
Yeah.
Because they won by like 30 or something like that. It was a ass kicking.
I did notice that it did end at 7.5 at certain places,
Yeah.
which was kind of crazy because it was like when FanDuel initially released that 7.5, it was like 9 everywhere, and that's why I texted you and I was like, bro, what is going on? Am I like, am I missing something here? And you were like, no, I don't understand it either.
Doesn't make any sense.
And then we immediately submitted it to Who's That Capper, both of us, and then It just lucked out.
That's how we,
I mean, then DraftKings moved it to -7.5, and I think what was it? Bet365 moved it to -7.5, but Bovada still had it at -8.5.
wow.
So it was just so confusing. I guess nobody really knew where to take that game.
Oh yeah, sounds like
Um,
it for sure.
yeah.
We got Weezy says 2 weeks ago I went 7-2. This past week I got smacked. I went 1-6. I need this week and it's all on you, Azim.
One of my top four trends is on the Rams.
Top four.
So I do like the
So
Rams.
this
Yeah,
was
top
this
four
was one
trend.
of those trend games in what do you call it? That Action was talking about to take the Lions, and I can't do it. I'm not going to ever do that.
Take the Lions.
Yeah, to cover because I guess the Rams have covered in 5 straight or something like that. I don't know.
Oh,
That trend.
oh,
Yeah, that's where that came from.
yeah. No,
Weezy says it's a trap.
I'm gonna take the Rams here.
This will be my other play that I'm going to give out here. I'm going to give out the Eagles +2.5. You can even go money line +130. I'm still getting a feel for who this new look Raiders team is going to be. I just have this strange feeling this Eagles team is going to turn it around just a little bit. I wouldn't say that. I don't think they're like that bad of a team. They just have, they came back against the Buccaneers this past week and screwed us out of a 6.5 cover. They won by 6 or something like that. But I like the Eagles +2.5 or +130, whichever. I mean, I'll probably just take the points here. But I think the Eagles can win outright. I just think they match up pretty well with this team. And they got Dallas Goedert back from the COVID-19 list. They lost Zach Ertz, and then they had the Miles Sanders, Gainwell, Smith, and then their X factor I think is Jalen Hurts. He just makes plays happen. He ignites his team when he gets going, and I look for them not to get out to such a slow start as they did against the Bucs. You got a feel in this game,
Yeah.
Nazim?
Um, so I don't have anything official, uh, but I agree with you entirely. Just to look, first of all, the Eagles, they're 2-4 right now. They kind of understand the situation that they're in, and this Eagles team was supposed to be a playoff team, right? I mean, a lot of people thought that preseason, and I'm sure they thought it themselves, and now they're not anywhere close to it. I expect them to turn around. I don't expect them to just kind of throw in the towels, mainly because they still play in the NFC East. And although they'll probably never beat the Cowboys this season, they'll still be able to get a couple easy wins on the Giants and the Redskins. I mean, football teams. So they should be able to play and win some other games here and there, and that might allow them to get into the playoffs. And I'm pretty sure that's the locker room. Um, that's what I believe is going on in the locker room. And so, like, if we go take a look at the Raiders, they beat the Broncos, they beat the Dolphins, they beat the Steelers in their last 5, but they lost the Bears and the Chargers. Um, and that's mainly because, in my opinion, the Bears and Chargers have uh,
Yep.
Fields and
Yep.
Herbert,
Yep.
and they are much more versatile than Bridgewater, who is versatile but not so much. Big Ben, and who played for the Dolphins against them on September 26th. It wasn't Tua.
That was
It
Brissett. That was
was
Brissett. Yeah, I
Brissett.
was on the
Yeah.
Raiders and they fucked me there.
So the Raiders beat 3 quarterbacks that aren't. I mean, the best of the 3 quarterbacks is Teddy Bridgewater,
Wow.
and the ones that they lost to are two of the most versatile quarterbacks in the league, in in Fields and Herbert. And so I think with Hurts coming out here being versatile, mobile, being elusive, I don't think the Raiders can get to them or get to him, and that's going to allow him enough time to be able to pick apart their secondary if they so choose to pass or if they want to open up the gaps. I think they will run a few play
Yep.
actions, put the Raiders defense on their heels. I think this is a game that the Eagles should win easily.
Yeah.
Whether they do or not is going to be very interesting. They've seemed to throw away a couple of games and a few opportunities this season already. So it's going to be very interesting, but they should and they can win this game.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. And the 2 wins that they have gotten have been on the road this year. Their 4 losses have all came, or a couple of them have came at home. But the 2 wins that they do have on the year are on the road. So maybe they play a little bit better away from
On the road.
on the road. We'll see. Do like the Eagles there as an official play. We go to the second 3 o'clock game, another stupid double-digit game. Cardinals Texans. We have DeAndre Hopkins playing against his former team, Maybe that's a nice
Yeah.
little narrative. You got Zach Ertz probably suiting up for the Cardinals. Maybe a little bit to tune in for, but it's a minus 18 spread. Azim's going to tell you to take the Cardinals, but I'm just going to stay far away from this. So Azim, take it away.
Well, let's look at the Texans real quick. They lost by 28. They lost by 3 to the Patriots. They lost by 40 to the Bills. They lost by 10 to the Browns, and they lost by what 13 to the Panthers.
Yeah.
And this is only a 18 spread for the best scoring offense in the league right now. Uh, yeah, I mean, 28 to the Colts and 40 to the Bills, and the Cardinals are much better in terms of offensive power than both those teams. I think this is a 50-point blowout. I think Cardinals are 5-0 right now. I mean 6-0. This is a revenge game for J.J. Watt and DeAndre Hopkins. They're gonna be one in a they're gonna be hyping this team up, and even more so, the Cardinals have had this chip on their shoulder because for many weeks now, I think this is the first week that they were actually rated number one in the power rankings. But even though they were the last undefeated team last week, they weren't number one. And there was a little bit of a chip on their shoulder for that purpose that they weren't getting the attention they deserve. I think this is going to be, doormat to step on kind of game. And I think they're going to come out and put up maybe like 40 or 50 and say, hey, we put up just as much as the Bills,
Yeah, I could see that for sure.
So,
I obviously, if I take a stance here, it's probably going to be the Cardinals. I want to go to the first quarter actually, just to see. So it's a 6 spread in the first quarter. They're just thinking they're just going to get out from the get-go. I didn't know if it was going to be any lower. If it was going to be,
that's actually not bad, right? Because if they score a touchdown, do you really expect the Texans to be able to score a
I
touchdown?
mean, yeah, it's not that. That was my thinking. Like, just maybe split this game in half. What's the half one? 10 and a half. It's not terrible. I kind of would take the second. I would take the first half actually, minus
I'd take the first half at minus 10.
yeah. That's better than I think the first quarter at minus 6. Minus 6 is still damn high.
First half minus 10 is much better than minus 6.
Yeah, that's better.
Not 10.5 though. I'd rather take the
Yeah,
minus 10.
because you don't want to win by That would
Yeah,
kinda
I don't want
piss me
to
off.
lose that. But
Um, Weezy says, "Can you guys go to the Colts game real quick?" Yeah, that's Monday or Sunday night, and if you have not seen what the weather is supposed to be like there, I would jump on the under. I didn't tweet it out to VIP yet, but I'm gonna be on the under there.
Colts 49ers.
It's supposed to be like not a tsunami, but like 1 to 2 inches of rain. It's going to rain all night long. It's going to be messy, and it's San Fran. It's not. I mean, they're not used to that, so it's going to be bad. It's going to be messy. But to Weezy's point, he likes the Colts plus 4.5.
And I agree with him.
Yeah, I did too. Every I think road or every underdog has covered in Sunday Night Football this year. That's a nice little trend there.
Really?
Yeah. So you can even I don't know if they've won outright, but I know that they have covered.
Okay.
But I do like the Colts being able to establish the run in this weather for sure. I mean, Taylor could touch the ball 30 times, and you're going to lean on that. I'm actually debating. I have Pittman in my lineup for fantasy. I'm probably going to take him out because of the weather concerns. I don't know who the hell I'm going to play. I'm going to probably play Parker instead.
Yeah, Weezy. Thanks for watching.
All right, see you, Weezy. But yeah, that's how I would go with the Colts here. I like the under or go with the Colts plus 4.
Yeah, no, I'm in the same situation as you. I like the Colts. JT looked really good last week, and I mean they're coming together. They should have started off much better than they did this season, and it's really sad that they didn't. But better late than never. And I think they're turning it around. And I think they still have their hopes up, right? I think they still have this mentality that they can and want to make it to the playoffs, and I entirely agree with their mentality. And so I think they're going to come out and just fire off and do as best as they can. And I think their best is, their ceiling is very high. So I would not be surprised if the Colts won this outright by like a touchdown, a whole possession. Yeah, I mean, for me, this is a Colts situation because I like the 49ers, don't get me wrong. I just don't, I'm not taking Trey Lance against, Jonathan Taylor, Naeem Hines, and, everybody of that nature. Pittman.
Lance is actually going to be out. It's going to be Jimmy G. So it's even going to be
Oh,
worse.
and they're definitely not.
Yeah,
They're
exactly.
definitely not.
But, I mean, you take away the Colts losing their 22-9 lead. They would have won 3 straight games coming into this game. and you're probably talking about a team that's going through the roof. I mean, they're right there, and this is a good team. Everybody knows that in the NFL that this is a good, solid team. They kind of have like the reputation of like the Cardinals, where like you just know when you play them, you have to like play really, really well to beat them because they're so fundamentally sound. Kind of just where it's just like you just got to be ready to go when you're playing them. And the Colts +4 here screams to me as well. Either that or the under. And just the weather is going to be absolutely insane there, so it'll be fun to watch. But I do think that this Colts team is turning around. Taylor, I think he's like the number 2 running back in all of fantasy football. It's Henry then Taylor.
I mean, I don't even like the under here though, if I'm being honest.
Not even like the fact of the weather in though.
I know I like the weather situation. I just think that Jonathan Taylor, going back to JT, is just going to run over the 49ers. I think he's going to put up like 3 or 4 touchdowns.
Ooh, 3 or 4. Ooh.
Yeah, I think I know it's a lot. I know that's a lot. I think he's capable of doing it, and I think this is going to be a situation because in these past few weeks, they've continuously given Nyheim Hines the ball, right, along with Jonathan Taylor. But this last week, which kind of sucks because I have Hines on my fantasy team, on my dynasty team, and so I was really hoping that they didn't really realize the ability of Jonathan Taylor.
Right.
But this last week, they just gave it to Jonathan Taylor, and look at what happened, right? They did amazing. They put up how many points?
It's 31. It's like 31
to 3. 31. I mean, it's the Texans, and so it's not as crazy, but they looked very good out there. They looked comfortable. Jonathan Taylor was managing being the main back that whole time. You know, he didn't have a problem with it. I think they might just double down on that against this 49ers team. I think they might just say, okay, Jonathan, you did great last week. We're going to continue to give it to you this week, and we're going to give you all these touches. Do what you can. And I think JT can make make it valuable for himself. I think he could get 3 touchdowns.
I think he's
4 maybe a bit much, but 3 I think he could get this game.
I mean, he's definitely fresh. He gets rotated out, probably one of the most of the elite running backs out there. I mean, it was Marlon Mack, it was Hines in there, so he's definitely fresh, and he's got explosive playability as well. We've seen the entire season.
Right.
So we'll jump back to the 325 again. The last one we got is the Bears at the Buccaneers. Before I got on the stream, I said, Azim, why the hell do I want to take the Bears? And he said, do not take the Bears with whatever you do. I just, for whatever, I mean, maybe I'm just worried about this secondary for the Buccaneers. And then, like, I'm just waiting for Justin Fields to finally figure it out and be the quarterback that I know he could be. But every single damn week, it's just the same BS that Nagy throws out there. It's terrible. So it's one of those things where it's like you can't not take the Bucs. And Lenny Fournette, great DFS play here. I like him a lot. We don't have AB in this game. We don't have Gronk, so it's going to be funneled towards Godwin and Evans. If you want to stack this side, you can stack the Buccaneers side only, and then run it back with maybe an A-Rob, a Darnell Mooney, maybe Cole Kmet, but you're probably going to stick with those 2 guys from the Bears. So if this is a game that you are stacking, don't particularly game stack the entire game. Game stack the Bucs side of it.
All right, you ready for this?
Uh-oh. Here we go.
No, well, hear this out. Bet365 -11.5. Bovada -11.5. DraftKings -13. FanDuel -11.5. Pinnacle -13. 5 Dimes -12.5. So this is one of those Intertops -12.5. So this is again one of those games like the Rams last week, where the line is just all over the place. So if you're gonna take the Bears, take it on DraftKings. If you're gonna take the Buccaneers, take it on Bet365 or Bovada or something like that.
That makes me want to
try to middle.
Yeah, that makes me want to take the Bucs again because it was exactly how the Rams did it.
Yeah. And I'm on the -11.5. Buccaneers are an official play for me. I'm wondering if this is gonna drop further below. So I'm gonna have to check the line movement out. Maybe I can do that very quickly. But yeah, it's kind of all over the place. But if you're gonna play the Bears, come on to DraftKings to play it. But I mean, yeah, I don't know what's going on, because I saw the +13 on the screen right in front of me from your thing, and I was like, wait a second, because I have it in my notes that it's -11.5, and I just checked it, and yeah, it's kind of all over the place right now. 11.5 seems like the lowest it will be. Well, actually, it was at 10.5 for a very tiny bit for a little bit. Yeah, I don't. It was at minus 10.5. About when was that? At 11:30 a.m. today. So I mean, I don't really understand why it's going all over the place. But yeah, I mean, aside from the minus 10.5, 11.5 seems to be the lowest it's sat at. So I'm going to go and take the 11.5 in a little bit.
Yeah, I would too.
That's my official play. But yeah,
Huh. There we go. Uh,
it's just kind of all over the place. But if you want a middle, like right, because
yeah.
13 is what, a touchdown and then two field
Yep.
goals. So you could take that plus 13, and if it lands on 13, then you push that bet and still win
Run
your
with it.
Buccaneers bet.
Yep.
Now, if it somehow lands at 12, which I don't understand how it would, maybe I don't know. It just somehow lands at 12,
Right.
a touchdown, a safety, and a field goal. You know,
Yeah. No.
with an
All right.
extra point.
I'm
You
with
know,
you.
it lands at 12, you middle it,
Oh
right?
yeah, I'm with you there. More we talked about, more I'm leaning the Bucks now. All that.
Yeah.
Damn you. I wanted to take a dog. So but,
I don't think this is a dog week. Dogs did well last week, right?
no, it was the favorites last week. It was the favorites the last
Oh,
couple.
that's concerning.
Yeah, it was the favorites a couple. That's why I think Action had that trend out because they were saying, "Hey, watch out." There's been
Maybe.
favorites galore. I don't
I want to see the money percentage on the Bucks.
know.
Oh, listen. So the Bears have 20% money differential. Like, so they're getting 43% of the bets, but 63% of the money, which is kind of concerning.
So people are backing the
There
Bears.
was probably a big bet. Now to think about it, there was probably a big bet that took that 13 line and changed it to minus 11.5. And I don't think FanDuel, I mean DraftKings,
Have
has
that.
done it
Yeah.
yet.
Well,
That probably makes the most sense to me right now.
and all that injury news came out for the Bucks today. So people probably were
True.
like, okay, let's go the Bears here. So I can see that
Yeah, I'm
reason.
actually going to hold off on the Buccaneers for now. I'm going to see where this ends. Probably take it Sunday.
Yeah, see where it goes. So then we got the final game, Monday Night Football, Saints at the Seahawks. If you guys watched the Seahawks play last week, they did not trust Geno Smith to throw the football for whatever reason. They just wouldn't let him air it out against the Steelers. And I don't think they're going to let him do that against the Saints defense. Give me the Saints here at -4.
100%.
I think this line's short. I think it's going to be won by a touchdown here. It's probably going to grow until we get to Monday night as people start thinking about it. But the more you think about it, the Saints -4 is a no-brainer.
Yeah, I'm excited you said that because I have the same mentality as you, and as you know, I'm a Saints
Yep.
fan. So nothing officially as of right now for me, but I'm super excited that you said that because I have the same thought process, right? The Seahawks played so scared and so timid
So bad.
that yeah, I mean, I get it. I get that it's Geno Smith. I get that. But it's also a quarterback in the
Yeah.
NFL, and you're gonna have to use your quarterback. You're gonna have to say, "Hey, do your job right, play your position." And if you're not letting him pass the ball, he's not playing a position. He's just another body on the field. I mean, you want somebody to hand it off, just go wildcat all the
Yeah.
time. They just looked so timid, and it was just so long of a game for no reason for the Seahawks last week.
Yep.
And I think the Saints are just going to be in a crazy position to get a bunch of three and outs here, and I think they will. And I honestly like a lot of the
Mm-hmm.
stacks for Saints as well, right? I'm not a big DFS guy, but I would assume the Saints are being looked at. I like Kamara. I like Kamara a lot in this
Oh
game.
yeah.
Matter of fact.
He's very intriguing in this game, especially off a
Hmm.
bye week. But I don't know why you wouldn't be. Why would you be timid with Metcalf and Lockett as your receiving core? And Geno came in after Russell got hurt and was firing away. So that was just a terrible game plan, I think, by the Seahawks.
Yeah.
Maybe they opened it back up against the Saints here.
Hopefully.
We'll see. But Rashad Penny looks to be the starting running back. I don't know if Alex Collins will be able to make it. Chris Carson is on the IR. Obviously, Russell Wilson's on the IR. So let me
Right.
take the healthier team coming off the bye at -4 with the Saints. If you want to, if you're that type of person that doesn't want to get burned by the field goal, by a half point, it's probably going to be like -130 or so.
Right.
Yep. Any other closing thoughts you got on the slate here, Azim?
Nothing as of right now. No,
Yep.
I'm just excited for this week. Saints have an easy game, uh, and we're gonna look at some fun games with like Titans and Chiefs, and then Also some crap games like Pats and Jets. So
Like Falcons,
um,
Dolphins.
yeah, then what a game!
Yeah.
What a game! We should send these two games to
Yeah,
London.
no shit.
We should keep up with
Just
sending
keep
the crap games to London.
right. But yeah, so go follow Azim Rakes. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Appreciate you guys all the comments. We will be back again next Friday. Make sure you guys tune in to every single Wager Rakes video that we're going to throw out Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays to you guys to parlay those and take them single bets for the NBA. As me, Azim, and the Source Podcast, we all have a very, very good grasp of the NBA. I think that's probably our combined greatest feature that we have for the sports content. But also, we will probably be doing another 10K challenge with the NBA coming up. So that'll be exclusive to the Wager Rakes media. And then those videos drop every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. So we'll get up on out of here. Appreciate you guys tuning in. And we'll see you guys next week.
Yeah. Thanks, guys.